she's still bitter about it, still to this day.
I wasn't a great test taker.
The Obama administration was the biggest grift and the biggest heist that I ever lived through. And it was all done under, he was the first Black president. And his very spectacular, my fellow Americans. I'm not a fan of Obama administration, even though I did vote for him. At that time, I was super uninformed about anything dealing with politics. I was super uninformed about anything dealing with governments. However, when I realized that administration was such a grift, I went and I started to do research for myself, and I went another way. I realized that I was a person that had conservative views, and I really had different perspectives on a lot of things. And because of this whole grift of Obama, it taught me not to do that again when it comes to government or politics. This is probably going to be a two-part thing of the reason why and another thing is one of the reasons why I'm very much more vocal when it comes to politics now. I had these views and I had these talks behind the scene, but I'm publicly coming out with them because y'all don't like to read or go research. I'm not saying be an expert, my goodness, but be a research. One of the grifts that he sold was this whole Affordable Care Act. Now, if you come from that industry, because I did, I knew it was trash. As a matter of fact, the only people that's winning out of the Affordable Care Act is the insurance company.
And listen to what Michelle Obama says about it.
I wasn't a great test taker. I was a great...
Yes, it is actually great to see how people are doing research, and this is what she found out. Immediately, she changed her mind. And a lot of people keep falling for these people. I really don't know why Obama and Michelle are still on the news. When you take a look at this, there is a recent backlash against Michelle Obama, which has gained traction on social media. There is a podcast she did in June 2025. I think it was an interview. Issue of DEI surface. I've seen a lot of people talking about this. Extremely concerning. In the clip, Michelle Obama reflects on her Princeton University admission in 1981, stating, "All my scores said I did not belong in Princeton," and crediting affirmative actions with broader DEI policies in current this cause for providing her the opportunity to attend her high school SAT score and grade not aligned with typical Ivy League benchmark. This has caused trouble on social media.
Joy Reid went to Harvard. I mean, that's all you really need to know about what a farce affirmative action is. She went to Harvard. Michelle Obama went to Princeton. Sheila Jackson Lee went to Harvard. And Ketanji Brown Jackson did too. So Michelle Obama has already admitted before that she got into Princeton via affirmative action. That's how Charlie knew it. And listen to her. She went on the Lewis Howes podcast. It was released in May of 2025, but they cut a shorter version and re-released parts of it just now, which is how it caught our attention. And listen to what Michelle Obama says about that experience in SOT 29.
I wasn't a great test taker. I was a great grade getter, but I wasn't good on SAT. So I had good grades, not great scores. So all the scores said, you don't belong at Princeton. And there were people who saw me, saw the color of my skin and said, you're aiming too high.
Sure.
You imagine going to these schools being told that you're not ready. And that was my first insecurity of thinking, well, maybe I don't belong here. And that's the world telling you that you don't belong, even though it's like, well, all my experiences up until this point say that why wouldn't I belong here?
So how did you overcome that?
Because you had bad SATs.
Or that other people are telling you you don't belong?
I got there and I looked around and went, oh my God.
Sat in a few classes
and sort of realized that affirmative action isn't just the color of your skin, but there were a lot of kids that were legacy kids. They were athletes. It was like, and then you sit in class with people, a lot of bright people, but there were a lot of people that were just, so you wonder, well, how'd you get here?
So there she is saying almost exactly what Charlie said, that she did not have the scores. Another way of saying it would be brain power. It is an aptitude test to get into Princeton on her own, that they had to lower the standards for her. And they were willing to do that because of the color of her skin. But she changes it to the color of her skin led people to believe she didn't belong at Princeton. No, the color of her skin is the reason she got into Princeton and got a lifetime of advantages that she's still living high on the hog from. But she's still bitter about it, still to this day. And Charlie's being called a racist for saying exactly what she said in that clip.
Yes, I'm hearing her say she didn't earn her entrance into Princeton. She's another DI that got a chance at the expense of someone who did have the scores and work worthy of a mission. Great job, really something to be proud of. That has been a thing with some of these people for a very long time.
When you see them do all these interviews and they're making these appearances, it seems sudden to you, but it's not sudden. They're doing a silent campaign right now. Obama's showing up on podcasts, Clinton's showing up on The View and all of these daytime shows. You have Skamala doing her book tour. This is all meticulous. I want you to know it's not random. But back to Obama, because he doesn't get enough heat, his administration don't get enough heat as they should.
You know, Michelle Obama is always doing this every single time, and I'm glad that she's exposing herself every single day by talking this way. I don't usually like to watch videos like these short videos because sometimes people can take them out of context. I decided to go through that whole segment to watch to understand if this video was out of context, but it is not. What Megyn Kelly said on this video is nothing but the truth. She admitted because of her skin color. We have talked about Joy Ryu, the same thing. These people can't even stop this. They should tell you a lot. It's crazy. When Trump came in, started talking against these things, they took it as an issue. You should not get anything if you don't merit. Giving positions to people who deserve it is more important. Looking at skin color before you offer an opportunity to someone is crazy. There is a certain time, this DEI thing was just trending everywhere on social media when we had the plane crash. I saw a lot of people say, oh, that pilot was a DEI hire, things like that. Things should not be happening that way. If you are taking up any position, it should be that you merit it, not on this. She's not the only person that has actually come out to say this, and it triggered people every single. I don't want to talk much. I'm going to end here. I think I'm going to react to this lady's video. Like you saw, the video is about 7 minutes long. If I put it here, it will be too long. So wait for my next clips. Thank you. God bless you abundantly. Please always share the videos. As of the short clips you see at the end of these, that is for the YT algorithm. You can always skip.
Should have more Republicans on the show, but they don't want to come on. They're scared of us.
It's history.
When I say I'm not going to be apocalyptic, he even gets an off.
If the Democrats
because how many times somebody asks
for
JD Vance should be the next president of the United States. If you want to serve in the American
give interviews, I don't do that.
JD Vance should be the next president of the United States.
Happening at the moment.
Yeah. President Obama
Is blatant censorship.
Because he says he has a team of fact checkers.
The FCC.
I want them to stop fooling around with my right to say what I feel.
Americans, it's a part of who we are.
Because that is really something that didn't happen before.
Does anybody else watch The View? Because I think there's...
I'm going to say one.
Look, there are certain rules of free speech that we must all abide by. But in case anyone needs a refresher, we're going to go over the rules again.
He does not have a right to have a television show.
to spreading lies.
Somebody to get up there, not
all the same people that are in these polite...
Disagree with what Gavin Newsom said that he doesn't...
Dave Chappelle.
Out of interest.
If you're an American who is considering leaving